work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, D's. Fresh out the bay, the game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean a banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If Hit Boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out, yeah, she was with me at my lowest. It's week 2 of the NFL, and we've got the Dolphins' superstar tight end. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Bills under the lights on Thursday night.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the build-up is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17, that's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and you're going to play again in 6 days. The team that is able to turn the page to the next game, week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind, the marathon, as you called it, of the NFL season, and here we are in week 2.
Cavante Turpin on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. Led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
You know you have a good week, Mike, when it takes all 5 fingers on one hand just to show how many touchdowns you threw in last week's win. Now, do we expect him to do that 2 weeks in a row? I'm not sure that's realistic, but as long as he continues to operate at this high of a level, they're going to have a strong chance to win every single week.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's the third-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's a 2nd and 6. Davis heading in motion. Once again, it's Pacheco. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here now, 3rd and 5. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That one taken in by Douglas. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Pacheco. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack. Hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
On third down, Jackson. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll take off again. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity.
And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big...
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. Now, after the play, it'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. A lengthy opening drive now comes to this. It is third down. Now, Jackson. And the defense unrelenting, a third consecutive sack.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They've had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss, and he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Sermon. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Open man is Tylan Wallace. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now the veteran, it's Chase Edmonds. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but Not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
It almost seemed to me before the snap, Mike, that the quarterback was expecting man coverage, and then after the snap, the defense fell into zone, and it just completely mixed them up. You can see he's staring down his receiver, and frankly, I think he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
That's incomplete. Daring call on... Does not work out, and it results in a turnover on down. And the pistol, Jackson ready. That's into the hands of Gabe Davis. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. Big play there for the Bills. 33 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
I could go on and on about the offensive line breakdowns with this pass protection, and it's been flat out brutal. And let's give some credit to the other side of the ball. They came in not only motivated to make a statement, but with a great game plan, and so far they've executed it to a T.
A nice run there, bringing it down to the 2, and decision time. 4th and goal.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The offense is staying put. It'll be 4th and goal. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Sermon. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. And a nice gain, getting this to about the 23-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
1 quarter in the books here. Minshew. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught. And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Action in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Jackson now on set. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another set.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So 4th down, they'll hand it over to A.J. Cole to punt it, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Dolphins offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the 1st half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Sermon. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. That's the former number 1 overall pick, Trayvon Walker, there to make the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this all the way home. Ray Sermon, touchdown Miami. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Dolphins extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bills offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Pacheco. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
1st and 10. On the carry, it's Pacheco. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Cup in motion. 2nd down. Jackson. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Well, what can you say about Isaiah Pacheco? Of course, a lot of his angry runs and aggressive style gets a lot of the notoriety, but his ability to also contribute in the passing game with 44 catches last year, this guy impacts that offense in a lot of different ways.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
To throw is Jackson. Right back to Kelsey again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
To the air one more time with Jackson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Spotted at the 45, this is a 55-yard attempt. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this stays a 2-score game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. Drive will start on the ground. Can't fault the effort. He got half a couple of tackles, but ultimately the defense gets him for a loss of yardage.
A 1-yard loss brings up 2nd and 16 at the 39-yard line.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for a 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down. A 1st down throw for Jackson. The throw on the run is complete. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Cup in motion. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Davis going in motion. On 1st and 10, Jackson. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Down inside the 10, and he will score. Travis Kelce, touchdown Bills.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. the shotgun. A throw for Minshew. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jawan Bentley.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
That is caught downfield by Kupp. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Kupp in motion. From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this complete. It's Kupp again. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Slot receiver headed right. Jackson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Davis heading in motion. 3rd and short. Jackson. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Buffalo. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And that one all the way over the back line of the end zone. Can't do that anymore. Per the new rule, cost you 5 more yards, and the ball comes out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line. They'll fake the give, and now it's Minshew. Going up top. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Minshew. He's going to try it here again. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. The rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
He gets this one complete to Humphrey. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
Throwing is Minshew. Going for it all. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. coverage very strong defensively. It's second down. Quick throw here is complete. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. Dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll get about 2. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now, Minshew. Oh, a loose football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
And he's in. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is second touchdown tonight. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Davis going in motion. Here's Jackson. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's picked up by the Dolphins.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Now a run on first down. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Reed Blankenship coming up from his safety spot to make the stop. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. He'll try and throw with Minshew. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Minshew. In trouble, and down he goes.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18 at the Bills' 23-yard line.
Here's Minshew. The second down throw is incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack. Second down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Reed Blankenship has the tight coverage and comes up with the defensive play. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. So now Mike McDaniel will send out the field goal unit. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend their lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot. Your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw, Jackson. That's to the sideline and taken in by Kelsey. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a first down. Davis heading in motion. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
A handoff to Pacheco. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down. Now Jackson. A throw on the move is caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Jackson looking to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Jackson now on. Oh, they're on him in a crash, and he's lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Jackson. Open man, it's Davis downfield.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Bills will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Dolphins offense and their running back set to go once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the comp.
Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And the defense has it.
Fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Davis going in motion. Jackson now to throw on first down. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down. They get him for the sack at the end of this third quarter. They need one right now. Third and long. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be one sack away from breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short. Here's first and 10. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. We'll try to get this one on the ground. And that's going to be enough for a first down, taking this to the 34. Humphrey. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conserved. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 44-yard line.
The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. He's going to air this one out, and that is incomplete.
And at a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
He's going to dial up another deep ball. Reed Blankenship had the tight coverage and comes up with the defensive play. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. To throw, Minshew again working deep downfield. And he will score again. Touchdown, Miami. That is 3 touchdowns in the game and 4 for the season. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And they are unable to tack on the extra point. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They put Kelsey in motion. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And not much materializes there. He'll get this to the 35. Davis heading in motion. From the gun, Jackson. That caught by Davis. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the 1st down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21. Davis going in motion. Play action now. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, it is not very often where I am at a loss for words. You know that by working with me. But let's just set the stage. They just allowed a modern NFL record 13.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
We spent so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? You know when the fight is over and live to play another down. Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on third down, and give yourself a chance.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Nice job by the return team. Bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Minshew. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 37 yards. Minshew now to throw on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Here's a shot toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And this one is short. Oh, just off the crossbar. Doesn't get the bounce. And this lead will stay right where it is. The Bills' offense ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now, Jackson. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
They'll run here with Sermon. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Now a give on the ground. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll run. It's Foreman. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one is going to run out of steam. This is short. It's no good. And this lead will stay right where it is.
And this is where playing in the elements can really become a problem. These kickers practice all year in pretty much ideal conditions. So sometimes you got to approach these kicks a little bit different. He's just unable to connect.
And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. A first down throw for Jackson. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A throw on the run is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Again, it's Jackson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's trying to get to the marker. It's going to depend on the spot, but the first indication that he does not get there. In fact, he did not. It is a stop and a turnover on downs. So, fins up. It's a win for the Dolphins. They get the victory away from home in the division. This was so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team.